then when Octavio came back in the early, I think it was late 2019, and said, let's actually do this, a light bulb went off. And I didn't quite think yet, when we were first beginning, about, oh, what would happen if, I did the standard cliche, hey, let's invite Nora to play on that. Which I just spent 4 years inviting Nora to do everything on everything that I was involved in.
With mixed results, yes.
Wait, yeah, I mixed the results. What are you talking about, Nora? Tell me about, how did you get involved, Nora?
Oh, well, when I was growing up, living with my brother, Carl Germain, great guitar player and composer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist that I'm sure lots of you know. I was blasting the Spice Girls and he was blasting across the hall in his bedroom various Robert Fripp and bootlegs and all sorts of, and we had this war going on of whose music was gonna win. But so I grew up hearing this stuff all the time. Connecticut Yankee, Red, all sorts of different stuff, and other progressive rock and other experimental stuff, and Andres Segovia, and later Stefan Grappelli, and it just, I don't know. I grew up in a very musically eclectic household. So my brother had gone on various courses and tours with some of these people on this call, and Steve as well, and I guess it was the Frank Ocean situation that happened in LA when a bunch of people got invited to come to LA, which is where I live. And it was my birthday week. I don't even know what year it was, but somebody must know. And there was a huge group of these amazing guitar players with Steve and my brother and a couple other people that I sort of knew from Seattle, Greg, Kurt, a few others. And Steve invited me to play Blockhead with you guys, which was crazy for me because I didn't really know that piece at all. And I was familiar with some of the stuff that my brother was, practicing and performing, around the world, but certainly not that. So it was like this huge circle of like 30 guitar players and me just in Burbank at Center Staging. And for some reason I got invited back, but I'm not clear on that either. So that's it.
Here's the key, Nora. You could improvise in 15. Blockhead has this outro that has sort of this 3 against 5 thing going on. Nora just fearlessly stood up in this circle of about 17 guitarists, improvised this jaw-dropping solo, and she's invited to play on anything I ever play on from now on, as are all of you, by the way.
Well, thank you. I mean, I certainly was very fearful, and I honestly, there are some things that I am good at, but playing in odd times traditionally is not one of them. Also, I'm not very good at sight reading. There's a lot of things I'm not very good at, but I've loved playing with Tiny Orchestral Moments and other related groups. At California Guitar Trio, they asked me to be on their recording of Euphoria, which was amazing. And I'm learning slowly to be more comfortable in the odd times, and just sort of, and also the Troop project was a big part of that. And something I'm sure there's other questions. The last thing I want to say is that one thing that Steve, you sort of taught me on this project, sort of happened by happy mistake, but now I'm doing it in other contexts, is I'd done a few different takes of sort of improvising and doing some different sort of soundscapey, soloistic, counter melody, type things. And Steve, I think this was the first time that you thought, well, let's just play them all at once and just see what happens. But they weren't designed to be played at once. They were sort of weaving in and out of each other. But I think for some of the versions, we did keep some of those multiple lines in together at the same time. So now when I'm doing other stuff in other styles, sometimes I do that. So that's something I learned from this project, Steve. So thank you.